Hello and welcome. Halfway through the year, and what a journey it has been. From strategic visits and digitization drives to stakeholder engagements and critical policy implementations, Nigerian Shippers Council has had a dynamic and impactful first half of 2025. On this mid-year review episode of The Shipper, we spotlight the Council's multi-dimensional efforts at improving port regulations, streamlining logistics, engaging stakeholders, and enhancing trade facilitation through digital transformation. And as always, we'll bring you up to speed on developments from the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, followed by the Titbit segment with Maria Uekwile. We'll be right back after this short break.
For more than 5 decades, we have empowered and protected the interests of shippers in the nation's maritime industry. Our focus is to facilitate trade, regulate tariffs and rates, as well as handle shippers' complaints on cargo losses, damage and non-delivery. We offer dispute resolution mechanism for shipping and trade disputes between shippers and service providers. We are Nigerian Shippers Council, Nigeria's port economic regulator, your gateway to a thriving maritime sector. Nigerian Shippers Council will meet you at the port of your need.
Welcome back to The Shipper, Nigeria's authoritative maritime program, proudly brought to you by Nigerian Shippers Council, the nation's port economic regulator. I am Abike Ido. In the first half of 2025, the Council embarked on a number of initiatives aimed at strengthening regulatory oversights, deepening port reforms, and enhancing stakeholder engagements. From Jos to Kano, Lagos to London, Nigerian Shippers Council has remained consistent in aligning its mandate with the renewed hope agenda. Let's now join Lucy Yambi as she presents this mid-year summary report compiled by our correspondents.
Nigerian Shippers Council was established to protect the interests of shippers and promote an efficient, transparent and cost-effective port system in Nigeria. With its mandate as the port economic regulator expanded, it has driven reforms that impact everything from port charges to dispute resolution, inland connectivity and policy advocacy. To kickstart 2025, the Council's Executive Secretary and Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Pius Akuta, joined the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, CON, alongside finance and trade stakeholders at the National Single Window Stakeholders Forum in Lagos. Key issues such as automation, container deposit refunds, extortion, and freight rates were discussed, with all parties reaffirming their commitment to port process integration, digitization, and regulatory efficiency.
Nigeria Marine and Blue Economy represent an untapped gold mine of opportunities. It encompasses a vast spectrum of activities from maritime, shipping and fisheries to renewable energy and coastal tourism, with an expansive coastline of 853 kilometers and a maritime area of over 46,000 square kilometers. Our nation is strategically positioned to leverage these resources for sustainable economic growth. Leveraging the implementation of a national single window for Nigeria in the trade industry aligns perfectly with our Renew Hope agenda. It is a strategic enabler for port efficiency, improved revenue collection, and enhanced transparency. Countries like Singapore and the Netherlands have demonstrated how a single window system can revolutionize port operations, elevating their status as global trade hubs. Nigeria can achieve similar success by fully embracing this initiative. By implementing the national single window with all its component parts, we can unlock unprecedented efficiency in port operations, reduce dwell times, and lower the cost of doing business in Nigeria's maritime sector.
The establishment of a national single window system for trade processes in Nigeria is not merely a policy objective. It is a transformative reform that will fundamentally redefine the way trade is conducted across our borders. Our single window project will provide a centralized digital platform for traders to submit, process, and assess trade-related documentation.
In the past, these processes were not very smooth, maybe because of the pockets of agitations here and there. But today, everybody's been carried around. I mean, we're on the same page, even as we move from the beginning. So I think it's going to be a very smooth ride, as you can see. There are different platforms, electronic platforms, that are existing today. Every one of them will key into this single window. And everybody will access information as a need-to-go basis. So if you need any kind of information, you can be able to access it very easily.
In the North Central Zone, Dr. Akuta's visit to Jos underscored the Council's commitment to stakeholder-driven leadership. The trip featured a review of the long-dormant Haipang Inland Dry Port, as well as stakeholder meetings aimed at aligning regional potential with national trade objectives.
We are bringing shipping services closer to all of you to encourage you to go into export and import businesses. Commerce is what is building economies around the world. And Nigeria has a lot of products arising from agricultural produce and even raw materials of different kinds. We must encourage our people, especially our women, to get involved into export business. And this is the place where we can discuss all of these opportunities that are available to us as a country. We cannot open our population to the rest of Africa and then go back to sleep. They will flood our markets with their goods. We need your goods, as you are sitting down here, to also flood the African markets.
We have come into the position of concessionaire because we are desirous of moving the inland depot to conclusion. And so you may come across people that may be interested. They have the money, they have the technical capacity, and they are looking for where to invest. Please refer them to Plateau State. I want to assure you that the government that is in place is doing everything within its power to make sure that we provide an enabling environment for businesses.
This inland dry port is a very beautiful program. I can assure you from our own level of Nigerian Export Trade House, we can give you three important things: access to market, standardizations, aggregations, and give you a very strong partnership so that all Nigerian products, all the northern products that they produce, we can be able to uptake it and move it to our trade house.
Kano was also on the radar with the Council's sensitization drive on online portal registration for port users. Stakeholders were educated on compliance, and the Council reinforced that defaulting service providers would risk being blacklisted.
The implementation of the online registration portal represents a significant milestone in our journey towards digital transformation and enhanced trade facilitation. The Nigerian Shippers Council will continue to engage stakeholders, enforce compliance, and advocate for an efficient, transparent, and competitive maritime industry.
The main purpose of organizing the Stakeholders Registration Sensitization Forum is to give you the opportunity to understand the processes, procedures, and benefits you stand to gain as a registered stakeholder. One is education and enlightenment. Just like what we have done now, we are trying to create an enlightenment of how you can undergo your business with respect to shipping and transportation, both local and international. So providing this information is also what we mean by education and enlightenment. We create more enlightenment. This is just part of what we're doing. The next is advocacy services. That is provision of alternative dispute resolution. We try as much as possible as an institution which has been empowered as a port economy regulator to come in between the shipper and the clearing and forwarding agent and the shipping companies.
It's an online platform that the Shippers Council developed to register all providers of services and users. And when we talk of the users, we are talking of the importers and exporters and any other user of port service at the ports. So in line with our regulatory function and mandate, we are asked to ensure that we know all the people who operate in our port system. We have to register them in order to avoid the issue of fake shippers and the issues of various challenges that we have at the port. There are people that carry out the various activities at the port, and when you want to get hold of them to know who they are, it's not possible for you to get them. We equally have importers. We have what we call fake importers. We have fake exporters too. But through this registration, we're able to know who is who are those people who are genuine that are operating in our port system.
In a similar move to ensure transparency and national security, the Council also pushed for the reintroduction of the International Cargo Tracking Note (ICTN), a move that drew strong backing from customs, maritime experts, and industry stakeholders.
This is not merely about adopting new technology, it's about fundamentally improving how we conduct maritime trade in Nigeria. Successful implementation will position our ports as more efficient, transparent, and competitive gateways for international trade. Let us work together to implement international cargo tracking nodes in a way that serves our nation's interest while facilitating international trade. The future of our maritime sector depends on our ability to embrace and effectively implement modern solutions that enhance both security and efficiency.
We think that cargo tracking nodes, electronic cargo tracking nodes, which works on what we call API, a messenger that will transmit this message across every other stakeholder. And in doing that, it's giving you one, accuracy of whatever is contained in your container. Two, it's also going to help you. In fact, it's a distance verification tool. That's what cargo tracking node is, the electronic one, not the former one, the manual one. This one is transmitted online and it has the capacity to change the whole horizon of our trading environment.
We in IMAN believe that ordinary Nigerian who is a businessman must not do his business at the expense of national security, and neither should he do business at an entire cost to his own hard work. So, and therefore, we need a stabilization between the state actors who are meant to checkmate movement of cargoes in and out of Nigeria.
Another milestone was the operational retreat for middle management in Abeokuta, themed Building Regulatory and Operational Capacity. It emphasized staff development, leadership grooming, and readiness for the Council's evolution in the Nigerian Ports Economic Regulatory Agency, (NPERA).
This transition, when fully operational, would be an evolutionary case study in Nigeria's maritime and port regulatory framework. We are fully supported and encouraged by the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, His Excellency Oyetola, in our Blue Economy journey. Our sister agencies are also supporting us fully in this regard. My dear colleagues, as middle managers, you are critical in this process. You are the ones that drive policies to effective implementation. So your assemblage here today with these high-profile individuals who are going to take us in the next 2 days through our regulatory regime as we step into the new law, I urge you all to take full advantage of these eminent personalities who are here, gathered to give us some insight.
The ultimate purpose of an economic regulator is for the economic and social development of Nigeria. We have to remember that regulation is not for regulation's sake. The regulation is aimed at creating markets and growing the markets, enabling healthy competition, and to remove barriers to market entry by new competitors. Remember, one of the functions in the bill, it talks about standard of service delivery. In enacting regulations in that sector, in that aspect, The aim will not be to create barriers for new market entries, because those that are already there might want to be monopolistic and put pressure to create regulations that will not attract competition.
Efficient communication models are crucial, especially to the success of a new organization. An effective strategy defines some of the most critical points of operations and should be handled mindfully to ensure that it's readily accessible to all the critical stakeholders. While press releases continue to be an efficient tool for sharing certain announcements, they are not always the ideal means of communication with the public. At a period like this, social media is a key communication channel and a crucial method of dissemination for strategic goals and insight. This is because it is not only unparalleled in visibility, but also heavily relationship-based. After all, in today's world, many people make investments based on the company or agency's reputation, and social media can have a huge impact on that.
Furthermore, reinforcing interagency alignment and national maritime goals, the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Adegboyega Oyetola, CON, convened a strategic retreat with heads of agencies under the ministry. The session served as a policy recalibration forum, aligning agency objectives with the newly approved National Marine and Blue Economy Policy. During the retreat, the Executive Secretary and CEO of Nigerian Shippers Council, Dr. Pius Akuta, emphasized the importance of regulatory coherence, stakeholder inclusivity, and the Council's evolving role in trade facilitation and port economic oversight.
This gathering is not just another routine meeting, it is a strategic moment for reflection and realignment. As leaders tasked with guiding the marine and blue economy sector, we must critically assess our current position, recognize areas that need change, and set ourselves on a path that ensures discipline, execution, and measurable outcomes. The task before us is both clear and actionable. The federal government has placed the marine and blue economy at the forefront of its growth agenda, expecting significant strides in its development. It is our responsibility to meet these expectations by setting high standards, not just for ourselves, but for the sector as a whole.
We have a very robust complaint handling unit, which in the policy we talked about alternative dispute resolution mechanism. So at the council we already have in existence a robust complaint unit. Knowing that maritime disputes can be time consuming and very expensive to handle, we have built this complaint unit to take care of so many of the complaints. And in terms of handling this, we have recovered a total of over 6 billion from 2019 all the way to 2024. In 2024 alone, we did over 772 million naira and about 777,000 US dollars.
With over 31 billion naira saved through automation alone, the first half of 2025 has marked a season of momentum for the Nigerian Shippers Council. From port automation to inland expansion, data-driven regulation to global engagement, the Council continues to redefine efficiency and innovation in Nigeria's maritime sector.
While the Nigerian Shippers Council has been driving reforms locally, Nigeria's voice has also been prominent on the global maritime stage. Over now to the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, where Honorable Minister Adegboyega Oyetola is leading international engagements with strategic impacts. In London, the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, His Excellency Adegboyega Oyetola, CON, launched Nigeria's campaign for re-election into the International Maritime Organization Council Category C. Delivering Nigeria's message, the minister reaffirmed the country's commitment to global maritime safety, decarbonization, and fair shipping practices. He highlighted Nigeria's ongoing port modernization efforts and its compliance with international maritime security frameworks. The campaign is anchored on Nigeria's track record, ranging from regulatory innovations such as the push for the national single window to efforts in combating piracy and maritime pollution. Nigeria's IMO Council re-election bid is not just a diplomatic mission. It is a bold statement of Nigeria's readiness to lead and contribute to global maritime governance. From global campaigns to grassroots impacts, the ministry and its agencies continues to set new standards. Now, let's catch up with Maria Uekule for a roundup of maritime updates, local and international, in our ever-informative Tidbit segment. Over to you, Maria.
Hello and welcome to the Tidbit segment on The Shipper. I am Maria Uekule, bringing you the latest developments from Nigeria and beyond in the ever-evolving world of maritime. Let's dive in. In Yenagoa, the NSC South-South Zonal Coordinating Office participated in the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Investments Second Quarter State Committee meeting on export promotion. Dr. Mrs. Oluwatoyin Azebi, Permanent Secretary and Chairperson of the Ministry, welcoming the gathering, emphasized the importance of technical expertise in upgrading Bayelsa's agricultural exports to international standards. The meeting discussed collaboration between the Ministry, Bank of Industry, and other agencies to support small and medium enterprises. Also speaking, Mrs. Enei Josephine, President of the Bayelsa Export Cluster and Women Enterprise, urged for training and revival of inactive facilities to enhance export revenue. The meeting had in attendance representatives from trade groups and agencies, including NSC, Corporate Affairs Commission, and Nigerian Export Promotion Council. We encourage you to follow our social media pages at NG Shippers on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube for more of our latest updates, events, and information. Let's take a look at our complaints register for the week. The Nigerian Shippers Council has received 4 complaints. While 3 of these complaints have been resolved, 1 is still ongoing. These include issues with the late delivery of a container, refund stoppage, demurrage waiver, conspiracy, and forgery. We encourage stakeholders to visit our website at www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng for more information or to lodge their concerns. Let's now cast our net wider and explore global stories shaping the maritime world. In a major milestone for Nigeria's maritime sector, the Onne Multipurpose Terminal recently welcomed Kota Oasis, West Africa's first LNG-powered container ship, owned by Pacific International Lines (PIL) and flagged in Singapore. The 260-meter-long vessel uses dual-fuel engines and advanced exhaust systems to drastically reduce emissions, an achievement in sustainable shipping. OMT's Managing Director, Mr. Nicolo Scanavini, described the event as transformative for Nigeria-Asian trade. He praised the Nigerian Port Authority and PIL for their collaboration and emphasized OMT's readiness to host more next-generation vessels. PIL's Head of Operations, Mr. Dhruv Kohli, highlighted the vessel's 40,000 horsepower engine and reaffirmed the company's long-term investment in Nigeria as part of its commitment to carbon neutrality by 2050. Officials from Customs, NSC and Immigration Service were also in attendance and pledged continued support for green maritime innovation. That concludes this week's segment of Tidbits on The Shipper. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you again next week with more insights from the maritime world.
For more than 5 decades, we have empowered and protected the interests of shippers in the nation's maritime industry. Our focus is to facilitate trade, regulate tariffs and rates, as well as handle shippers' complaints on cargo losses, damage and non-delivery. We offer dispute resolution mechanism for shipping and trade disputes between shippers and service providers. We are Nigerian Shippers Council, Nigeria's port economic regulator, your gateway to a thriving maritime sector. Nigerian Shippers Council will meet you at the port of your need.
Thank you for joining us as we journeyed through 6 impactful months of reform, engagement, and innovation in the maritime sector. Don't forget to follow us at NG Shippers on all our social media platforms for exclusive updates. Until next time, here's wishing you smooth sailings and a swimmingly great week ahead. Goodbye.